What's up, everybody? We are going to get started on how to long cryptocurrencies, specifically Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. So we are headed into the largest bull market we have ever seen. And I want to make sure that everybody is able to take advantage of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the basics of Bitmex. I use Bitmex. There's a lot of people who don't like Bitmex. There's a lot of people who might use Deribit or Bybit. But if you're going to sign up for Bitmex, make sure to use our link because I'm going to share a trading strategy. Not in this video, but if you sign up below and let me know you signed up, I will share our trading strategy with you. And just to go over some of the trades I did. I started this trading strategy in on February 3rd. You can just add what I've done from there. So February 3rd, P1, about $100, $25, $25, about $100, $100, $130. This is a fee for a lending fee, which is like peanuts. So it's $5. Maybe even lost that trade. $130 deposited P5. This one was 450 USD, 0.044. Deposited another Bitcoin. This is $58, $40, another $250. So a total of 0.12. As you can see from February 3rd, had no losses. This one is 30 cents. I was literally trying to do an order. As you can see today, I was trying to do an order for you guys just so I can be in an order. Then I'm like, you know what, I'll close it. And I thought I closed it at like a $1 profit. I guess I lost 30 cents. So that is the only losing trade I've done since the start of the month. And I'm going to share that strategy with you guys. But before you learn the strategy, you need to learn the game, aka the exchange. If you don't know how to use the exchange, you're probably going to make a mistake, because I've probably made a mistake a few times when trying to learn how to use this exchange. So let's start with the basics. You have your account up there. You have your Bitcoins here. You can go to deposit, deposit here, withdraw my account. I would go to Security Center, and I'll definitely put some form of security. Two-factor authenticator, YubiKey. YubiKey is what I would recommend. So after you've done that, you have your account. You're looking at the same thing I am. If not, I know there's a couple other widgets, as you can see here. I've customized it. This is all that I really like to look at. I like to look at just a clean overlay, essentially. I don't know what else. I forget. I've deleted everything. We can go back. Oh, okay. Is this going to go back? You see all this nonsense right here? I like to have it just like this. So you're going to look at all the other assets you can trade. Bitcoin, there's Cardano, Bitcoin Cash, EOS, Ethereum, Litecoin, Tron, and they just added XRP USD. So this is fairly new, as you can see. If we go to the 1 day, you can see just a few candles. Probably like 15 days, 2 weeks max. So let's get back to Bitcoin. This is where you're going to make your orders. We're going to go over different types of leverage you could use. So with Bitmex, you can use up to 100x. You can trade up with 100x. So I have 2 Bitcoins, as you can see, available. Let's see if I don't have any active orders. So I have 2 Bitcoins, which is around 2.4 Bitcoins, around 25 grand in this account. And what I can do is go 100x. So I can basically put in an order for $2.5 million, but it would be reckless, because when you're using leverage, a lot of people ask me, how do you use leverage? Like, why is this platform going to allow you to use their money? Well, it's not like they're giving you that money. It's not like, they're just handing over $2 million and you can just lose it in the trade and kind of just run away. It's more like your margin of error gets smaller and smaller. So what I mean by that is, if we go in an example, liquidation price. So if we have, let's say 2.5 million is our max, right? Actually, let me just go 2.4 million. That's around our wallet if we did 100x. So 2.4 million our entry price was 10,200. So the price would have to go to 10,156 for me to lose the whole 25 grand. So I only have, like, if we got in at 10,200, $43.50 is the only spread I have literally before losing my whole account balance. Um, that's pretty dangerous because you can take 30 bucks in Bitcoin is just like that. But if it went $100, yeah, I'd be making crazy money. So you need to learn money management and your risk management, which is a whole different video. Could be multiple videos, multiple training sessions on that. So here's bringing us to the next tool, the calculator tool. Actually, we'll go into that later, but you can just see. So it's like, let's say I use the Bitcoin. Which is just 10,000 USD. 10,000 USD, for me to lose that Bitcoin, I would have to hit, Bitcoin would have to hit less than 3 grand. So I'm like feeling comfortable, you know what I mean? There's a lot of room for me to kind of maneuver. And if I'm in a losing trade, I can flip it, I can add leverage, I can do a couple things before I end up, like if Bitcoin's all the way at 3 grand, this 10 grand, I don't really care. There's so much more opportunity buying a lot more Bitcoin, putting in more longs. So this just gives you room. Using this calculator is important. We're going to get into how to use the calculator. Let's start with the leverage. I just kind of wanted to explain leverage with you guys. So it's not like they're giving you guys literally millions of dollars to play with. You're using your account balance, and then they're calculating each time you choose leverage. So 1x, 2x, here's another example. 1x, 2,000 orders is going to cost me almost 0.2, which is reasonable, which is the right thing. So $10,000, let's go 10,200. That's the price of Bitcoin. Now I'm going 1x. So that's isolated. That's an isolated margin trade. And what I mean by that is this is the only amount that I'm going to lose, the amount of units I put here. 10,200 about one Bitcoin. If worst case scenario goes and it hits $3,000 and I haven't done anything since, I'll lose the whole Bitcoin. You're just doing an isolated margin. When you have cross, this is going to cost me 0.004 instead of the Bitcoin. So it's going to cost similar to the 100x. I'm not post only, right? I don't want to accidentally do this, lose a Bitcoin by accident. So this is isolated margin. So with 100x, I'm only using about $100 for this $10,000. But when I'm on cross, it uses the maximum amount of leverage. So this is going to cost me the same thing of 100x, but it's actually taking my whole account balance in consideration. So if I went 10,000 units, which is what I usually, what's like the minimum of trading, if I do 10,000 units on cross leverage, which I do cross leverage, then my whole account is basically there as a backup. So if everything goes wrong on my 10,000 unit trade, I'll lose my whole account balance. But this is a bit more advanced, and it gives you more opportunities. If the market swings down, if the market is going in the other direction, there's a couple things I could do to save my position and still be profitable. Whereas like usually people just close out at a loss. But with cross, I have a few strategies that I can actually save my position. And let's say it keeps coming down, I can just keep adding buys here. It bounces a little bit, and I've averaged my buys. So maybe I'm break even here, or maybe I'm in profit here, whatever it is, I have techniques to get out of the market. So with using 1x, 2x, you can see that this is just getting smaller and smaller. 3x, the amount you actually have to use, but your spread gets smaller and smaller. So 10x leverage, 10,000 units, it's going to cost me P1, which is about $1,000. So isolated leverage, you're only going to lose this cost. Isolated leverage, actually clicking on the leverage. And you can go here and you can pick whatever leverage you want. You see, up to 30 or up to 100x. So I can do 33x. This is going to cost me this much, about $300 to put in a $10,000 unit order, which is about a Bitcoin. But I wouldn't recommend using any leverage if you're starting out. Use 1x leverage, use isolated leverage. Don't use cross if you're not really sure what that does. So now we've kind of went over the leverage part of this. And it's super powerful if you know what you're doing. I don't want to say if you're confident in a trade, the thing is you never know where it's going to go. So let's play with cross, for example. I'm going to just do a small, let's look at the graph. I'm going to do a small trade here so I can go over the different types of orders you can place. This is a limit order. I have it on post only. So what that is basically I can't market buy. I'd be posting the actual order. So as you can see here, this is quantity. We're going to just play around with 1,000 units. Limit price, this is the price I want to enter. And buy means you're longing Bitcoin. Short means you're selling Bitcoin. You're going short Bitcoin. You want the price of Bitcoin to go down. So you're not actually buying Bitcoin. You're buying contracts that Bitcoin's going to go up or go down, and you're getting paid out in Bitcoin, and you're actually still appreciating from the Bitcoin gains in your Bitcoin, in your account balance here. So it's like a win-win, especially if you have a winning strategy. You're just pulling out Bitcoins. So this is your most, I mean, you could market. This is basically just, I want 50 units. I'm going to market buy. This is just buying at any price or selling at any price without trying to get your order in, without trying to get that entry in. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Only time I would market sell or market buy is maybe trying to get out of a position super quickly, and I still probably wouldn't do that. I don't touch market buy or market sell. I don't recommend it either. There's fees associated with that, and then in terms of selling, it'll just throw you at the next seller or buyer, and if the market's tripping out or flash crash or whatever, like you saw on XRP here, I think this guy was on a cross trade. This flash crash, this dumped, it wasn't really a flash crash, just low liquidity and not enough orders in the book, I guess. I'm not sure because this is a new asset. And you can see this guy went on Twitter complaining that this wick down, he lost everything. So that could have been because he had to stop, or I don't think he tried to market, but I don't play around with market. So quantity, let's put 1,000. I have it on post only, and limit price, let's go 10,000. I'll show you why. I just put 10,000, and then let's buy 1,000 cross. Let's do it. You see? So now it's here, and I can drag it to wherever I want. I can drag it to down here. So if the price comes down here, I'm automatically in. I could walk away from the computer. I can do whatever I want, but my order is now placed here. And this is the way I would recommend you to put your orders in. Doing some technical analysis, looking at some areas of support and resistance, and then picking an area. So I could, this could be a good area, as you can see. I missed the buy this morning. I literally had it at 10,000. No, it was, I think, 10,049, and it hit 10,050. Lowest drop. So, that happens a couple times. So I'm dragging the order around. Since I have it on post only, if I was to drag it above here, it wouldn't actually buy. It would just cancel my order. And the reason I do that is, let's post the same order. Because on the 5 minute, when I'm chasing price, when I'm trying to get a seller or buy, when I'm chasing price, I'm trying to literally chase price to buy, and sometimes I'll go over, it'll cancel it. You don't want to buy the highest price in the book, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. I actually bought right here, believe it or not. Before I came on here, I'm let me do a quick buy. I want to show these guys, and this is with my trading strategy. I bought right here, and I'm going to prove it to you guys. This was 10,167. I think I bought right here. 10,107.75 fills. 10,174. So I got the buy right there, and I closed it $13 above price, just because I'm let me do a fresh buy with these guys, and I lost 30 cents. So I'm waiting for the next buy opportunity, but let's just get into a trade right now. Let's get into a trade right now so I could show you guys what I'm talking about. Let's buy 100 units, 10,000. Let's do it. I'm going to place it here. It's going to fall in the candle. I'm going to place it here. So I just try to chase price even when you can see that it's about to fill my position. Just waiting for it to fill my position. It's going to be annoying. And I'm only doing this because I want to show you guys stock markets, which is super important. It is super important. Okay, what is this not going to hit my buy? And I'll be doing this as when I'm in the sell position as well. Okay, I'm going to get in here. Let's get it, guys. So I have 100 units here. Now I can go to stock market. And once I'm in, this is your stop loss. This is like where to like get out of a trade. Do you know what I mean? Okay, I'm in. And now our stop loss, so you can see liquidated. For me to lose my whole account balance, Bitcoin has to hit 42 bucks. And if Bitcoin hits 42 bucks, like that account balance doesn't really matter, right? That's like 50 bucks. Actually, my math is bad on that. Just over $100. So with cross, it gives you a lot of, and now we are dumping. So I'm going to put another $100. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to put a stop loss. So a stop loss, I'm going to do about 10,000. And you see it costs me nothing. So I'm putting a stop loss here just in case. You always need to use a stop because the market can turn around just like this. So let's put the stop loss. And as soon as it triggers this, I'll be out of my position and it'll be safe. Like it's a safer trade because you always need to have a stop loss just because of the market, and especially if you're using leverage. If you're using leverage and you're just walking away from the computer, literally one candle can just do you wrong and you can lose everything. So this will be our stop loss. And this works great because when the price is moving up, let me show you. I don't want to hit the stop by accident because I'm going to turn this into a winning trade, even if it's 100 units. So why I like these stop losses sometimes is because I place the stop loss. Let's say you got in here, my buy was here, my stop loss was here, and then these green candles start pushing up. I'm going to start moving my stop loss above too. Now I'm locking in profits. So the next green candle comes, we're looking here, by the way. So bought here, our stop loss is here. I slightly move it up. And you can see on these big red candles, you have two choices. You can leave it in halfway or you can bring it up closer, but you will get that retracement sometimes. And then you just keep raising. Realistically, this is where you should have, this is the dark trade. This is where you should have locked in profits. Your stop loss could have been hit. So if you want to have your stop loss here, but a sell order as well, you can take 100 units and then you can that was close. Let's look at the price. 100 units and let's go 10,200. So now we have our take profit right here. Our stop loss is here. Our take profit is here. So if price reaches above there, if price hits our stop loss, now we're in, or not in stop loss. If price hits our sell order, because we had a $100 buy order and this is a $100 sell order. So when price hits the sell order, we take our profits, we're out of the position. If price hits our stop loss, then we're in a loss and this sell order is actually still active. So you need to go back and just click the X. So right now, this is, let's just take a look on Trader. I'm going to see if Bitcoin, if I should add to this, and I'll show you guys an example. Yeah, I'll show you guys an example right now. So I'm going to add 1,000 units to this, 10,000. Let's buy 10,000. You see, so I want to lower our price we got in. I want to lower the price we got in, and I want to add more units. This is what you can do with cross. So I'm going to be lowering the average price that we got in. I'm going to be adding more to our capital, and this keeps pushing up. This keeps just come back tiny little bit. Put me in the order, and then I'm going to sell that out for profit. I feel like this is going to bounce, and I'm happy with that. So this was our entry. This is our take profit for 100 units, but we're soon going to be in a trade for 1,100 units. So I'm going to adjust that. I'm going to have, as soon as you get in the trade, I'm going to put 1,100 units, and I'm going to sell somewhere up top here, and I'm going to take some profits. It's just easy as that. Well, I'm looking at my other screen. You see my orders filled. So 1,100 units. Gonna sell that at 11K, 10,500 actually. We won't be able to see that. 10,500. And let's put that there. We'll go over some things. This is gonna trend, this is gonna keep trending down. I might add more to it while we're going over the last part, which is the calculator, which is super important. I wouldn't sleep on this. Let me add to, let's see, 10,100. I'm going to have this ready to get into another order because I'll just keep stacking on and I'll jump out. So our calculator, super important, profit and loss. You want to know before you get into a trade where your TP is, where your profit and loss is, where your profits are, how much profits you want to exit with, and things like that. So let's go 10,000 units. We enter 10,000 for math's sake. We exit 10,200. Leverage, we're using 0. So this is about a $200 trade, 0.0196. $200 trade. For every $100, we're getting approximately $100 using 10,000. If we're used to 100,000 units, you'd make 0.196, $2,000. And if you used 1,000 units like we're doing, we'd make $19. So this is great because it's like, for instance, we had about 10,000 units at the dip, 9,600, 10,000. You see it's about 0.06. You can see that this is going to come up now, I think. We have a lot of buy pressure. I'm looking at my other screen. This is the strategy that I was talking about. For me to explain that, it's going to take some time. That's going to be in another video. So yeah, you have your profit and loss here. This is for long. You can go short. So 10,000 units. And this is great to see how much profit, or not profit, how much you'd actually be in negative if you took a bad trade, let's say. So 10,000 you entered in. This is a short, so you want price to go down. But price went up, and you exited at 10,200. So you actually got a $200 loss approximately, which isn't, it's not too bad. And target price. So your leverage is 0. Our entry price is, let's say 10,000, and we want 100% ROE. There we go. Not sure why our target price isn't in there. Gotta put something. Okay. This only works for leverage. If you're gonna use, let's go with 2x leverage. Okay, yeah, you see 2x leverage, 10,000, target price 20, you're gonna do 100% return on equity. And then liquidation price, this is important as well. You wanna know what price you're gonna get liquidated at. Because some people, they might have like a smaller balance and they might think, okay, I need to put 10x, 25x, 50x, 100x. So you're not going to listen to any sound money management skills. you're going to try and go like 50x or 100x. So before you do that, I'm not recommending you do that, but before you do that, if you are like that type of person, I would definitely use the liquidation price tool on a calculator. You'd come here, put 500 units, and if you're going to 100x that or even 10x that, 5,000 units, let's say you 25x that, or you just did 10,000 units. So that's a 20x. You did a 20x on $500. Your entry price is 10,200. Your leverage is 20. So this is how much room you'd have to lose the $500. So you need to be pretty certain. Okay, let me move this up. Let me move this up. Oh, I canceled that. I canceled that. Get me in there, baby. You see what I mean? I think I'm going to get in there. Buying pressure is slowly. I am in there. I'm going to adjust. I'm going to adjust my sell now. So let's get back to this calculator. So this is where you'd get liquidated. You lose the whole $500, but you can place your stop loss. Let's say you entered at 10,200. You can place your stop loss at 10,000 or 10,050. And that would save you from getting liquidated, because when you get liquidated, there's like a little portion, I think it's like 10, 15, 20% that actually just defaults. Like, I'm not really sure, I have to look into it, but you don't want to get liquidated. You'd rather get stopped up a couple clicks, couple dollars above it, so you don't get liquidated. Yeah, like liquidation is not the goal. I wouldn't even try to get liquidated or let it get that far into liquidation or close to liquidation, because that's just getting risky. We're seeing some support come in here just after this large push. I should have held on here, but I right here, but I sold my position, but it's all right. I'll get a better buy. So as you can see, I have 2,200 units. I'm only down $3. You know what I mean? It's not serious at all. I'm down 23%. On this, I'm down. This is my with margin. So this unit, $2,200, cost me only $23 to get in using cross, and I'm down $5 right now. You know, and if you were on like a larger 100x or 50x, you'd be down a lot right now, actually. So you just want to learn how to use the platform, use it correctly before you start making some big trades. Make sure you use the calculator first. Make sure that you start small at first so you actually know how to use it. I might just keep adding here. I'm just waiting for more signals. I'm going to add. I would be waiting for more signals. You see what I'm doing? I'm averaging my price down. So as soon as this hits, I hope you guys are watching when it hits. It's going to take my buy, and it's going to take it and put it around here, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But like I was saying, if you're just starting out, I would use smaller orders, like test orders even, and I wouldn't, get greedy or care about the profits at first. Just learn how to use the system. Learn how to use it. If you have any questions, you can definitely reach out anytime. We can trade together. I like doing trading groups where we can just bounce ideas off each other and things like that. And you can just become a pro at scalping, coming in and out, in and out, in and out multiple times a day, or even just swing trading, like buying the dip, like yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. It just blew up after that. So that's my signal. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's telling me to buy for a scalp. So I am anticipating this to bounce up here. No, it's bouncing right now. Might get shut down, but you guys will see. I have 2,200 units. I'm going to take 2,200 units, sell that at 10,200. And this is just an example, put it, and then I could drag and drop this. So when I see like these raging red candles or raging green candles towards my TP, I'll start moving it up. I'll start moving it up. And then when it gets, starts like consolidating, I'll move it back down. So it's like a lot of drag and drop right here. I wish I got this. I'm going to cancel it. Looks like we're just bouncing here. And I'll sell out maybe for 20, 30, $40, maybe even a couple dollars. Nothing serious, just going over an example. So that's it for today's video. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. If you're gonna start using Bitmex, join our link below because we're gonna be releasing a trading strategy that you could be using. I was just testing it out. I made $1,200, about $1,500 Canadian, 1.12 Bitcoin, and I'm gonna take this 2.3 Bitcoin. And my goal is to hit at least 30, 50 Bitcoin. I'm just going to be grinding and trading it. So I'm about every day just stacking as much Bitcoin as I can. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.